Welcome everyone back to the channel. We're going to be trying out Valheim today, Hearth and Home. I've played it a little bit before, hence why you can see a little character standing by the fire in the background. I have played it a little bit. I haven't played it a lot though. I've only beaten the first two bosses, so there's quite a bit that I haven't done. So I'm going to try and kind of speedrun those first two, and then it'll be all new stuff. But otherwise, I'm very, very new to this game. I do not have a lot of knowledge, so any suggestions or recommendations or tips and tricks are welcome down in the comment section. My strategy is just going to be to basically, like I said, speedrun the first two bosses, and then probably just be picking up as many resources along the way as I can. I'm just going to look at all the hair options real quick. I'm kind of going for Viking styles here, right? I think I want to... I don't like these. I don't like the side swept options. Alright, let's go back to long one. This is a pretty, like, generic looking one, but I like it. And then get, like, a nice Viking beard going on here. Oh, yeah, that's good. Whoa, alright. Look like a bit of a dwarf, but that's okay. Hair tone and blondness, I mean, that's pretty much what my hair looks like in real life, so I'm just going to keep it that way. And the skin tone's pretty much the same, too. So, I'm just going to call this character Phantom. I'm going to hit done. And start with a new world. The seed I'm going to give it is... we'll call it Phantom Let's Play. Oh. Phantom LP is going to be the seed. And the name for the world is just going to be Phantom Let's Play. Perfect. Alright, so if you want to play along, you can use the seed Phantom LP. It's pretty straightforward. And we're just going to go ahead and start. There's a pretty decent opening scene to this, so I'm going to let you guys watch through that. I am a fan of these kind of games, these survival-esque kind of do-what-you-can kind of games. So I'm basically just going to enjoy that. I am probably going to focus on some building in the first couple episodes here, trying to establish like a base of operations. And then once we unlock like the teleportation technology, which I won't really spoil here, then I'll probably have like little outposts that I can jump through. And that'll be like the ideal way of getting around. That way I don't have to just use the boat or run around or whatever. Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the world. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the boughs that held their prison to the world tree, and left it to adrift unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields for the greatest of their warriors. Dead to the world, they would be born again in Valheim. Alright, I had to read that a little quickly, so I am sorry for stumbling over my words. But basically, this is all based on Norse mythology, loosely. Staring up the ass of the bird there. Majestic looking bird, though. Looks dope. I love the kind of red hue when the lightning strikes. I don't know if we'll see it here. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful bird. What a gorgeous bird. Oh man, alright, so we're getting over the water now. So we know there's ocean in this direction. Oh, wow. This is the closest I've ever been to ocean with the fucking spawn. Not that I've played this a lot. Like, I'm Hugin, sent here to guide in your travels. The megaliths surrounding the sacrificial stones, they represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. So yeah, these are like the boss trackers, I suppose. So I'm going to get this just to get the location of Eikthyr, which is the first boss. So he's straight in that direction. And this is going to be the stone for him here. Eikthyr, your first prey, mighty beast. You need to properly arm yourself before attempting to defeat him, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start by just running around here, picking up as many things as I can, like raspberries, for example. Always a great start. Some wood. I'm going to punch the crap out of this neck. So necks are really useful because they give you neck tails, which is a good early game food source. So I'm just going to beat the crap out of some of them since I'm here. And then I'm going to go over to those boars, because boars are a great food source. Now, I am sneaking, which is a thing you can do in this game. I'm just going to go ahead and eat a raspberry so that I can have a little bit more stamina for this. Sorry, my throat's a little dry at the moment. I should probably drink some of my water here. But basically, I'm going to sneak up on this guy and hurrah! Alright. So boars are super useful early game because you need leather scraps for what's going to be my first major weapon. And then the meat is also, again, a great food source. So between the necktails, the boar meat, and my raspberries, I'm already going to have 3 bits of food, which is the maximum you can eat at a time. And everything you eat gives you stat bonuses. So you get bonus to your health and your stamina. I think that's it, right? Just health and stamina? Yeah, health and stamina, and you get healing as well from food sources. So, for example, the raspberry gives me 7 health, 20 stamina. The boar meat gives me more health than stamina. So you got different snacks that can improve different stats, better or worse. Be aware that before long you will grow hungry again, so try to always eat at least a couple of different meals to have a couple of different meals ready. Fuck. Okay. So let's see if I can't start by crafting a club here. I'll also beat the crap out of this boar real quick. And the neck. Awesome. Great. So yeah, we're off to a good start so far. But I'm going to head in the general direction of Eikthyr. What does this have to say? It tells me you can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever. So I'm going to wait and start by crafting a club first. But I'm going to pick up these stones, which will allow me to craft a axe and a hammer. The hammer is what you use to build in this game. The axe is obviously what you use to chop down trees. So I want to head straight over this way, towards the Eikthyr boss. So to defeat bosses in this game, you have to spawn them at these altars. So I'm going to go show you one of these altars now, the Ixfier Altar. And when you get to the altar, you have to basically give it a tribute of sort, a sacrifice. So in the case of Eikthyr, you need, I believe, 2 deer trophies, which you get from killing deer. As you can see, I have a pretty basic boar trophy already. That probably won't be useful for a while, but nonetheless, I have it. Oh, also, these guys are scared of fire. And they're weak to fire as well. So it's a really easy way to kind of fend them off early. It's just by having a torch on you at all times. If you hit R, you put away the 2 things you have equipped. So that if you hit R again, you immediately pull both those things out again. Really handy if you're using a sword and shield, or a club and shield, or whatever it may be. If you're using 2 different weapons, it's just a really handy way of snapping them out without having to reach up to the numbers individually. So you can see I'm just picking up all the sticks I can on my way. I'm trying to keep an eye out for any structures. My scroll wheel allows me to scroll in and out, so I'm just going to keep it roughly like this. This is kind of my... Well, actually, this is more of my preferred camera angle, I suppose you could call it. My preferred zoom. Let's get a couple of these sticks real quick. That deer just jumped. Alright, I accidentally picked up a dandelion. But I see a deer over here, so I'm going to go try and kill it. So I'm just going to sneak up behind it. This is the only real way to do it early game without getting a bow. Killing deers, that is. That is the it I'm referring to doing. Oh god. Haha! I accidentally traveled along with it for a minute, but that's okay. Alright, so I got deer meat, I got deer hide. I did not get a trophy from it, which is okay. I'm gonna read this. On this spot a tree fell on my head, and I cursed the gods to leave this stone in praise of them, that they might forgive my reckless words. Yeah, so felling trees can actually kill you in this game if they fall on you. And they deal damage, and if it's enough to kill you, it will indeed kill you. So you gotta really be careful when you're chopping down trees that you don't get in the way of where they're falling. As you can see here, I found a bit of a structure, which is awesome. Now, there can be beehives in these structures, so just be careful of that. But there is a chest in here, too. So I'm going to control and left-click to automatically force these items over to my inventory. You can use... Actually, I might use this one as my temporary base, because the Eikthyr is right over here. I don't know what these big stone circle things are. If anyone knows, leave that down in the comments for me. Hugin, you have found the summoning place of the one of the Forsaken. Make the correct offering at the altar, and they will come. Be wary, though, the Forsaken are not easy prey, so craft a wicked weapon, don your finest armor, and eat a hearty meal before engaging them in combat. Yeah. And this runestone, I believe, is just saying hunt his kin, so telling you you need drops from deer to get that. Just taking a look around. This is actually a really beautiful area. This kind of mountainside. If I find a black forest close enough to this, I might even call this home. Another structure down there I might go take a look at. And an oddly flat rock in the water. So yeah, I'm going to do some exploring and I'll catch you guys up in a second. Alright, so I just wanted to let you guys in on a little tip. When I said I collect as much as I can in the beginning as I'm walking around, this is kind of what I mean. So these little flint pieces are really worth picking up because they're great for making arrows in the future. And for at least my strategy, I'm going to need those for taking on the first boss. Actually, the first and second boss. My primary playstyle is using a bow and arrow. So these pieces of flint will help produce much better arrows than just basic wood arrows that you can make with, I believe it's 8 pieces of wood to make some arrows. But this is going to be much better for me. So I'm starting off with that. And also to give you a heads up, I got a deer trophy already as well. So I just need one more. This might be another learning section here. Let me go inside and find out. Yes, alright, so there's a beehive. Beehives are super useful. So I'm going to craft up a hammer. I'm going to kind of show you what to do with these beehives. So Hugin's here to tell me all about the hammer I just crafted. I don't really care. I already know about it. Basically, the hammer is for building all sorts of structures. I'm going to break this tree down, get some wood, because I need 10 wood, which I just got. Perfect. Take out my hammer, go to crafting tab. So as you can see, you can make like fires, wood stacks, stone piles, cooking station, workbench. Cooking stations have to go over top of fire pits. And then you can like cook your meats, and that's the general way of doing that. So if I go into crafting and I select the workbench, I can put that down like so, right? And now Hugin's going to tell me all about the new things I can do with that, if I just select repair. So I want to take down that beehive from inside of this structure here. It's right on the other side of this wall. So to do this without getting stung, I'm just going to use the middle mouse button of when you have the hammer out, to break everything around it. And theoretically, that should make it fall. Yeah, there we go. And I'll give it a second for the bees to disperse. And then, if I run right around in there, you can see there's a honey and a queen bee. So honey is just another food source. It's actually a really good one, too. Very useful early game. And the queen bees are for making your own hives, which I am going to do as early as possible. Now, the workbench allows you to craft complex items, as well as giving you access to a lot more building pieces to construct with the hammer. Phenomenal. Thank you very much, Hugin. Alright, I got some more boars here. Now, boars you don't really have to sneak up on, because they will happily try to attack you. The deer just run away, which is why you have to sneak up on the deer. I see another structure over there, too. But boars are very important, for me at least, because you need their leather scraps to make a bow. And like I said, that's my primary weapon. So I'm going to go through and harvest all of these guys. This must be a boar rune. I'll read that in a second and show you what I mean by that. Once I eventually... Fuck. Okay, there we go. I ran out of stamina there for a second, but that's okay. So I'm going to eat that. I'm also going to eat one of my honey just for that stamina. I'll be able to get more once I make a beehive, so I'm not too fussed about the supply. I'm going to pick that up. Awesome. And I'm going to go read the stone for you guys, because it's going to have important information on it that I want to show you. So I'm going to open this up, and it's going to say blah, 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 blah. And you're going to want to look to this second paragraph here. And the first sentence there is, look also to the wild boar who roam these lands. That means that there's a significantly higher chance of boar spawning around this pillar. So, yeah, whatever. Hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click M to mark this on my map. I'm going to grab this little circle icon. I'm just going to chuck that there with a double click. And I'm just going to type boar so that I know that this is a great spot to go in the future when I want to go boar hunting or even look into taming boars, which we will be doing later on. But that is not something I've ever done before, so it'll be a whole new experience to me. I'm going to pick up these berries because I already scared off the deer. Didn't see it there, unfortunately. And then we're going to run over to this structure. Now, I believe this is... the structure that you can find like treasures in and stuff. Okay, some bone fragments, those are good, very useful. And sometimes you can find like gold coins kind of thing. I'm not sure if that's actually what they're called, but that's the gist of it. Stuff to sell. And when I say sell, I have never gotten this far, but apparently there's a guy in the game where you can sell items to. Oh my god. If I can kill this guy, that'd be ideal. I just don't have the stamina to catch up to him right now. But the 2-star deer will yield a lot more resources than a standard deer. So I really want to make sure I chase him down. So if I can let him kind of like settle, I'll let him just run off. I'll let him think about all his life choices. I'm going to read this while I watch him. Okay, now I have to chase after him because I don't know where he went. Okay, there he is. He started coming straight at me, and then he peaced out. I would really like to start making a bed, but I really need to kill this guy. As much as a bed should be my priority so I could sleep through the night, this is just too many resources to let go. Come on, get stuck on something. Unfortunately, these guys can't run out of stamina, but I certainly can. I'm just going to keep chasing him until he gets stuck on something. And I'll catch you guys up when I start doing something else. Alright, I finally killed him. And he'll explode into resources. And just check out all this stuff. I got 2 hides, deer trophy, more hide, more meat, more hide, more meat, extra meat, more hide, more deer meat. Holy cannoli. There's just so many good things from that. Now... okay, I know where I am, so that's good. I'm going to hit number 3. I'm going to bring up my crafting bench because this stuff right here and this stuff here, this is very important wood. Also, there's a beehive here. So this is like a 2-in-1. So I can get another queen, this fancy dancy core wood, which I'll show you guys momentarily. So that core wood is this stuff here. Really helpful for building because it's stronger than normal wood, so you can actually build taller structures. Now, I'm going to head back over to the Eikthyr boss area so that I can set up a bed in that little hut nearby, because I really need to sleep through this night. I am already really late into doing this, but I need to do this, so I'm going to run on over to Eikthyr, and I'm going to fix up a little house, so I'll see you guys there. Alright, so this little hut that I had found earlier is actually really good. You dream when you're lying on your back in a meadow, gazing upward at the clouds. Your name is nothing, your mind is free of thought, blah blah blah. I can't read fast enough for this shit. Alright, so this house was actually really good. Most houses like this, that you just find all over the place, they're usually missing roof pieces, or wall pieces for that matter. But this one is basically complete. All I had to do was add a door. It's got these little things I'm just going to leave as windows. But it was just a phenomenal find. Couldn't have asked for anything better, really. If you use your workbench, you can hit this little repair button. And that'll fix up everything except for torches. Torches are the only thing that will not be repaired. And that's solely because they burn out, right? So I have a tunic. I'm just going to quickly... Actually, no, I don't want to use all my leather scraps on that, because I need 8 for my bow. So I'm going to go around and get some more wood from my bow real quick. I need a total of 8. Oh, there's a deer here too. Shit. Come on, get back here, deer. No? Alright. I'm just going to break this tree down instead. Start collecting some wood, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so I crafted myself a bow. I will need more wood for arrows, but I'm cooking up some meat first. Now, when you're cooking up meat like this, first of all, you can fit 3 of these cooking stations over a fire. I think you can actually fit up to 5, but I like to do 3 because it actually gives me some room to touch the stuff. And actually, like, I don't have to look around trying to identify which one I'm looking at. It's just nice and easy to click through. But this fire is really nice to cook up your meat. Now, you don't want to leave your meat on for too long. So it comes through a few different stages. So right now it's raw. In just a moment, it's going to have a little sizzling sound, and that's going to be your cue, along with a visual cue, that it is cooked. And if you let it go too long, it'll actually turn... There's the sizzling noise and the texture change. If you let it sit there for too long while it's cooked, it'll turn into charcoal. And right now, we don't want that. There's better ways to get charcoal in the future. This is not going to be your means of getting charcoal. Eventually, there's like charcoal kilns and stuff that you have to get. But that's going to be quite a ways down the line. In fact, that's going to be much closer to the next boss than anything else. I'm going to quickly fix these up while that cooks. So I know my thing just finished cooking, so I'm going to run over there now. Ow, I got caught on fire. Yeah, so I died, but it's okay because I set my spawn on my bed. So I'll respawn like less than 2 feet away. Which is why I wasn't really worried about it. I believe you can roll to get rid of the fire But I'm not sure if that's actually a strategy or not. I just feel like it works, but it might not. Alright, so I'm out of cookable items because I haven't picked up my stuff. So you can see my dead body there, and I'll just come and hit open on this, and it'll actually recover all of my items and put them in the right slots and everything. So I'm going to come back over to this side of my fires, because on this side I don't get burned. I'm just going to cook up my last 2 little pieces of deer, and then I'll be right back for you guys. Alright, so I am reaching another kind of level of progression. So I'm going to show you guys here. So in the hammer menu under crafting, there's this chopping block. Now this is for leveling up the workbench, so it has to be within range of the workbench, which you can see by that little kind of orange sparkling bit going off to the left there. So I'm actually going to just hide this right underneath this little roof. It's a really convenient area for little crafting upgrades because it's not really visually in the way. It's not obtrusive at all. So if I come in here and I open the workbench, you can see I gained access to a bunch of other stuff. Leather pants, leather tunic, leather helmet, the hoe, torch I already had, but fire arrows I did not. Stag breaker, which is going to be useful later on. Flint spear, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do now. I can even upgrade my things that I already have, which in fact I'll go ahead and upgrade my axe and my hammer. Upgrading the hammer will allow me to build more stuff. In fact, we should see an improvement here. Yeah, so I can build a raft if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I always skip the raft. There's a lot of cool things you can do. I'm going to quickly do that. All right, so I would like to build more armor. I'm going to start with the helmet because that's an additional piece of armor for me. And who needs pants anyway? And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to collect some more resources. I'm also going to stick this stuff in here. Just some things I won't be using. Like that. There we go. Now my inventory is a bit nicer. Make sure everything's repaired before I head out. And I'll be on my way. So I'll be right back once I start. I'm actually probably going to be fighting the boss soon. So I'll catch you guys then. Alright, so I'm getting a special event right now. Eikthyr rallies the creatures of the forest. This basically makes boars and necks come out to try and kill me. So I'm just going to kind of come stand in this field and farm them, honestly. Because these are going to be good resources here. Now this can only happen when you haven't yet killed Eikthyr. So there's no way for this to happen as soon as I kill him, which is really good timing because I was going to go kill him very, very shortly. I want to kill him in this episode, which is why I am kind of making this one go a bit long. But like I said, I'm trying to kind of speedrun this. So I'm going to do that for you guys. And once I gather all these resources, I'll be able to make myself much more equipment for the boss fight. So I'll catch you guys then. Alright, special tip for those using the bow. You have to aim quite high at a distance. So I think this will hit. Yeah. So you have to aim quite high just in order to land it. There's a lot of drop-off in this game. A lot more than pretty much any other game. But as you get more experienced with the bow, I believe it goes further, straighter, faster. Because there is, I'll show you here, there's these different skills that you get for doing things in the game. So like woodcutting, I'm level 10. That's my highest one. Running. So basically, each thing will give you better stats when using it. Damage with bows is what you get for that one. I appear to have been mistaken. I believe higher level bows, though, will give you better shots overall. What is in here? Mushrooms? So mushrooms are a good, decent food source. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I don't want to overwhelm my inventory. I'm going to see if I can hit this boar from here. I think an aiming up here will be good. Hell yeah, did it. See? See what I mean? You gotta aim real high. I'm glad I hit him for you guys, though. It would have been embarrassing if I missed. Got a nice little house here. It actually already has 2 beds kicking around in here. And I got some flint head arrows, which are useful. I'm going to be using fire arrows for the boss fight, though. Not as useful as it could be. Alright, so, admittedly, I'm not great at the game. But it's fun, so. Alright, so I am ready to take on Eikthyr now. I recommend fighting amongst the trees against Ixfier, because he has some AoE abilities that could be blocked with the trees nearby. So I'm going to quickly eat up. I'm going to use boar meat, deer meat for health, and then the honey for the stamina boost. And I'm actually going to go get a new rested bonus by sitting down in my house with the fire nearby and all that kind of stuff. And this is kind of a lesser known fact because the game doesn't really tell you. But if you hit X, your character will sit down. And you can see in the top right, I have a comfort level of 4. So this will, I believe, heal you faster. But also, in just a moment, you'll see that rested buff in the top right will pretty much get replenished. Yeah, to 11 minutes. So now I'm all ready to go to fight Eikthyr. Now you can see on my number 7 hotbar slot, I have my deer trophies, 2 of those guys. I have my bow ready. I don't need my hammer out and about. I'm going to use my fire arrows primarily. I made a shield in case I need it. It's always nice to have something to block with. I leveled up my bow, I leveled up my gear, so I got leather pants, leather helmet, and a rag tunic. Got a better shield, better bow, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to hit number 7 to use my trophies to make the sacrifice. You're going to see this big animation go off, and in just a moment, Eikthyr will appear. It looks like he's going to form over there, you can tell because that's where the little sparks end up. So I'm going to hit him with some kind of cheap shots early. You really want to try and make sure you land all your shots. I have lots of arrows for this fight, but he does use quite a few. Now, while you're using a bow, your best kind of dodging technique is you click right-click, or hold down right-click while you're holding your bow. Apparently, I was too close to that. Hold down right-click, and then move in a direction and hit spacebar, and you'll do a little roll. Super helpful. Especially for attacks like that. I missed, because I'm a genius. So yeah, like I said, try and really place your shots. You don't want to have to run out of arrows in this fight. Now, the fire arrows, I'm stuck. Ow. Frick, there's a tree in the battlefield now. The fire arrows do quite a good job against Eikthyr. And because you get the initial damage and then the damage over time. I prefer them over flint arrows. I'm not sure how the statistics are between those two, but at the very least, it feels better to use the fire arrows. Fire arrows are also highly effective against graylings and graybeards and stuff, these little guys, because they're weak to fire damage. I should be focusing on the fight more than talking to you guys, but here we are. Now I'm going to keep getting some good shots off. It's always a good time to get a shot off when he goes into his animations. Now I'm going to ready for him to do his antler attack. I'm going to move out of the way with a dodge. Draw my bow back while he reorients himself. Now you can see the stamina has been very helpful, because whenever you draw your bow, you burn through stamina like crazy. But the stamina from the honey is super powerful. Ow. Which is why it's important to get honey early on. That early game stamina is really nice. So I'm just going to hit one more shot on this guy, and he should be dead. There we go. And you'll see when he poofs out of existence here, we'll get a few things off of him. So I have some space left in my inventory here. So for starters, you get the Eikthyr trophy, which is kind of the key for doing this fight first. And then you get these hard antlers, which are for creating your first ever pickaxe for the game. Now we'll get into that next episode, assuming you guys like this series and want to see more anyway. Now Hugin is just saying congratulations, I can return to the stones to put the trophy on. So I am going to go do that for you guys before we kind of leave this off. Now, I do have to remember where the thing was. I should have marked it on my map. But I'm pretty sure it's like straight in this direction. So bear with me, I'm going to go do that, and I'll see you guys in a second. I was mistaken. The thing's already marked, and it's way over here. Ah! Piss off, sir. As you can see, the fire is really effective against these guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the stones. Alright, so I'm here at the 5 stones. So I'm just going to walk over to this, and I'm going to hit E to attach the trophy. And now you can see I get a fancy power ability. So Ixfier's in particular gives you the ability to have way less stamina usage on running and jumping, 60% less stamina usage. So if I hit E on this to activate the power will be sucked into me. And now you can see in the bottom left here, where my cursor is, the little Eikthyr ready trophy. So if I hit F, that will activate that power up for a short period of time. Now I'm going to talk to Hugin, grant power blah, times a need. Now my next foe dwells in the Black Forest, which is something I'll have to find in the next episode. But without further ado, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button down below. If you didn't, let me know what I can do better down in the comment section. I always like to improve myself. I can't believe that missed. I always like to improve myself. And if you want to see me build in the next episode, let me know as well, because I'm not sure if I want to cut that out or not. It depends on if you guys are interested in watching it. So without further ado, have a lovely rest of your day, evening, afternoon, and night. Bye-bye!